So humans are the single greatest source of uncertainty in the future of the climate. That's a huge problem. And we don't really study humans in any serious way. I believe it's critical for figuring out how we're going to adapt, mitigate, and understand how our climate is changing. The way that I study this is in the context of cities. One of the ways I talk about it is that cities are concentrators of interactions among many things, among people, infrastructure systems, ecosystems, environmental processes, hydrological processes. All of these systems interact all over the world, or across sort of all geographic scales. But in cities, it's concentrated, so interactions happen more quickly. They make a really good laboratory to try to build our understanding of how all of these complex processes interact with each other. If we don't figure out how we're going to address climate change, then our children don't have a future. We have to figure out how to address climate change, and the only possible way for changing how all 9 billion of us on the planet interact with the Earth system is through human social processes, our laws, policies, and behaviors. And so we simply have to. I feel like I'm extraordinarily lucky to get to be a scientist, and I've always believed that the purpose of a scientific career is to try to do good in the world. And so, yes, I'm doing my best to use the career that I have to address what I view as the biggest problem on the world right now, climate change. I don't want to live in a world where people around the world don't have what they need. I want to live in a world where people have a stable climate so that they can go to school, so that they can have enough food to eat, so that our economic, social, and political systems are stable enough that people can have the opportunity to do what they want to do. It's easy to sort of get stuck in the kind of doomsday thinking that everything's terrible. It's been terrible my whole life. Climate change is nothing new and we're never going to be able to solve it. But I think that it's kind of defeatist. That perspective is in part contributing to where we're at right now. And I think that trying to change the way we think about the scale of the problem has the potential to build the knowledge that we need to create actual change in the real world. I think students who, show up with new ideas and new energy are some of the new perspectives that we need.